Hi everybody, welcome back to my classroom. Today we're going to be doing personality traits in idioms. This is going to be lots of fun. So here we go, some idioms with Professor Undertree.
Chapter 4 is about personality traits. And this is a fun chapter because we really like to use idioms to talk about when we are describing people. So the first one that we have is a selfish streak. Now this is interesting because streak has various meanings. Selfish streak, and all it really means is to be selfish. So you could in fact just say that this person is selfish. If you wanted to have an idiomatic usage of it, you could say the person is having a selfish streak. Example sentence for that is, I can't be friends with someone who has a selfish streak because I personally don't like selfish people. I'm pretty generous and I prefer people in my life to be generous as well. Another example is be a barrel of laughs. And this is fun. It's kind of pretty obvious what it means. It means a lot of laughs. A barrel is basically just a big container that holds things. And in this case, the barrel is holding a whole bunch of laughs. If you're a barrel of laughs, it means that you're a fun person. You could also use it to describe a situation. So our example sentence is, I want my idiom class to be a barrel of laughs. It's more fun to learn language, especially idiomatic language, when we're having a barrel of laughs. The next idiom has a negative connotation, and it is to be two-faced. It means to be hypocritical, to have two sides. Sometimes we like to think having two sides is good, but in this case, we're talking about a negative kind of two-faced where I'm using one side for one person and one side for another person. So this particular idiom almost always is a criticism of somebody rather than a compliment. And our example sentence is, I don't like to be friends with someone who is two-faced. Then we move on to some positive statements. Be down to earth. This case, it means to be practical and simple. And the picture, we have a picture of someone hugging a tree. We have other idiomatic kinds of words like earth mother and earth lover or tree hugger. These are all kinds of other idiomatic phrases that we use when we're talking about being down to earth. An example sentence would be, I like my friends to be down to earth people, or simple and practical people. A similar kind of positive idiom is not to hurt a fly. So if you will not even hurt a fly, that means you're pretty harmless. You're so nice that you won't even stop a fly with a fly swatter. So our example sentence with that is, my best friend would not hurt a fly. The next idiom that we have in chapter 4 is an interesting one. It's about dogs. And this idiom is, have a bark worse than a bite. What this idiom means is that the thing, the situation, the person seems scarier than it actually is. So whatever it is seems actually scarier. The bark, the woof woof, seems a lot worse than the actual biting and the pain of the teeth. So our sample sentence here is, I know that Bob seems intimidating, but really his bark is worse than his bite. So Bob is probably a nice guy, he just seems kind of scary. Our next two slides go hand in hand, which is kind of fun. The first one is about being an introvert, and it is being a lone wolf. Be a lone wolf is a kind of idiomatic phrase, and we say that for people. It has both negative and positive connotations because it means to prefer to work alone, be an introvert, and in that case we kind of think about it as being an introvert and a negative, right? I'm a lone wolf, I don't want to be with anybody else. But it can also be a strong characteristic. I'm strong and I'm a lone wolf, I'm a leader. So it really depends in context how it is put together. Our example sentence here is, you can be a lone wolf and still be successful in school, but it is harder. Do keep in mind, though, that a lone wolf is almost always considered an introvert. The next idiom in contrast is an extrovert, and this is a social butterfly. A social butterfly is a very sociable person. It is, in fact, an extrovert all the way. A social butterfly is an extrovert. And here's our example sentence for that. Sometimes it seems that everything is easier for the social butterfly because the American educational system sometimes seems like it's just easier if you're a social butterfly, flitting from here to there, talking to people. But you can still be a lone wolf. You just have to work harder. Our next idiom is kind of fun. Be the salt of the earth. Now, we have learned another idiom in this very lecture that was similar to that. What was it? Do you remember? Be down to earth. So here we have another earth one, be the salt of the earth. So again, the earth has to do with being kind, being practical, being simple. Back in the day, salt was used for money and for exchange. This is like being down to earth, be the salt of the earth. They're very similar kinds of idioms. And our example sentence is, I was complimented when he called me the salt of the earth. The next one is fun because it's also food, but it's very different. Be as cool as a cucumber. Be as cool as a cucumber. I love this. You see the cucumber and he's all hanging out with the tomatoes. To be as cool as a cucumber simply means to be calm and relaxed. And you can be calm and relaxed any old time. Our example sentence is, he was as cool as a cucumber during the presentation. We could be cool as a cucumber in class, walking through life. We can just be as cool as a cucumber if we want to be. I love that idiom.
All right, now that we've gone over those idioms, let's review. We've covered have a selfish streak, be a barrel of laughs, be two-faced, be down to earth, not hurt a fly, have a bark worse than a bite, be a lone wolf, be a social butterfly, be the salt of the earth, and be as cool as a cucumber.
And in the blink of an eye, another idiom that means really quickly, we are finished. I enjoyed being here with you today. I hope you learned some idioms. Have a great day, everybody.